I hadn't thought about that in advance, but I just didn't want you to have to deal with like that something that I'm missing. Like, you have more important things to do. They can find folks. Fernando, I imagine you as like Alice. Like guy who's like holding the globe, like holding the entire meeting.
Nine. Did I call it or did I call it? See,
Like, Columbus isn't fair.
Mhm.
That's literally.
I think her. We should make that a meme. No quorum. I think we should. I would get a good on it. Probably on my drive home, but. You do whatever you want.
Just for
You might make them feel bad there. I might.
2 minutes and then TJ.
Okay, cool. I was like, oh,
Yes.
what if they see it later on? It's like, true.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, that's not true. You might graduate in one term.
That's fine. It's just being aggressive with my the other day. I just like don't care.
I'm so aggressive. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're at quorum. Can folks on Zoom hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. I call this meeting to order at 7:06 p.m. Thank you all for being here. All right, so we are perfectly at quorum at 10 individuals, so no one leave for the next like 20 minutes is all I ask. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. Is there any amendments to the agenda for today? Alicia? Okay, strike arc. Can we use the mic so the folks on Zoom can hear? Then we'll pass it to Eva.
Can we please strike bag and grows? Please.
Of course. Thank you. Anybody else? Any other amendments to the agenda? Jonathan?
Strike what Eva said about striking bags, bag, and oil leave as well. Strike grows.
She just said it. You're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good. Alicia?
Can we please add a resolution to the agenda, and move to make it add to the agenda
To vote on it or just to present it for today?
to vote on?
Yeah, you can add it. We just have to take a vote to add it, right?
An extra motion and vote to make it an action item.
Okay, so if I motion someone,
Yeah.
I move to add, to vote a resolution in support of USC valedictorian Asa Robertson and her right to freedom of speech.
All right, Alicia, motion, Jonathan, seconds. All in favor, please raise your hand. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. All abstaining, please raise your hands. With an 8 to 0 to 0 vote, that was approved. All right. So that is now an action item on pair. Any other amendments to the agenda for today? Going once, going twice.
Oh, sorry, can I strike election board updates?
Yep. Thank you. All right, if those are old amendments, can we have a motion to approve our agenda for today?
Second.
All right, no, I motion, but can you say it?
Yeah, I motion to approve the USAC agenda for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024.
Second.
My motions, Alicia seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. All abstaining, please raise your hands. Move it 7-0 vote, that's approved. Thank you. All right, minutes. We have minutes to approve. Question mark? Yes, I believe so. Does anybody have the date for those minutes? Was it 4/12/24? Okay, can we have a motion to approve those minutes?
I motion to approve the minutes from the April 12th.
I second.
All right, now line motions. Jonathan seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. All abstaining, please raise your hands. With an 8-0 vote, that's approved.
Can you just clarify for the record, last Tuesday was the 16th, not the 12th?
So I was looking at the chat and it's okay, no, it's a 16. You're right.
It's a good difference. Oh, yeah, I did.
Sorry. Just clarifying, I meant to say April 16th.
Bless you.
My God.
All right, thank you. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and move into public comment. So we'll go ahead. Gonna open up public comment at 7:10 p.m. If anybody's here for public comment, please raise your hand or your virtual hand if you're on Zoom. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and close public comment at 7:11 p.m. Thank you. Okay, moving into funding, starting with capital contingency. Wait. No, Lucy? Just asking. Lucy's not in the Zoom, correct?
No.
No funding allocation for capital contingency, no funding allocation for contingency programming, moving to SFS allocations.
Okay, for SFS allocations, this week we saw a total requested amount of $5,129, and we are allocating $3,129 to 3 non-USAC entities.
Thank you. Any opposition? Okay. That is approved. Moving forward, we have SWC programming fund allocations.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Kiara Frank. I'm currently one of the co-directors of SWC Active Minds, and I'm here as Genesis proxy today. For funding, this week, the SWC Programming Fund received $0 in requests from 0 USAC entities and $2,750.89 from 4 non-USAC entities. We recommend an allocation of $0 to 0 USAC entities and $1,250.89 to 4 non-USAC entities.
Can you type that in the chat for our, oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, so any opposition there? That was approved, thank you so much. Moving to ASRF allocations.
Yes, this week ASRF allocated $2,010 to 8 non-USAC entities.
Thank you. Any opposition? Okay, that's approved. Moving to the travel mini grant allocations.
Yes, this week AAC allocated $3,773.98 to 8 non-USAC entities. Okay.
Okay, any opposition? That's approved. Appreciate it. Now moving to TGIF.
Hello, so the Green Initiative Fund allocated $11,342.88 to 3 non-USAC entities and 1 USAC entity.
Thank you. Moving to BOD allocation, Sarah? Sarah? Oh, no, Sarah? Huh? Okay, cool. Now allocations for BOD. Moving to officer reports. Amazing. Keeping it short and simple. Just attended a couple meetings for the various committees I sit on. I met with the Ballet Company. We'll be following up to schedule a meeting between us and a few people in John Wooden Center to further clarify some points I think that were misconstrued with them. And then met with our transfer state representative to discuss future collaborations as well. And just had other meetings with folks throughout the week. Thanks. Megan.
We held our IBP all-staff meeting on Monday and a directors meeting as well. A couple of our committees are working different projects, so watch out for them. We do have our housing relief fund open until May 7th, so please share it again on your Instagrams. We only have about, I would say, estimate 80 applications at the moment, so we're hoping to get more. I'm working on transferring those funds to the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships. We're collabing with AAC and other, I think Gen Rep 3, I believe, with a resource fair tomorrow, I believe, in Bruin Plaza. So we have a couple of our committees collabing on that. We also are planning an event next Monday with Gen Rep 3 for pre-professional support. So I think Jonathan will talk a little bit more about that. And I think we're just going to try to help with more election advertising and getting ready for some other midterm de-stress events and final de-stress events.
Thanks, Eva.
Hey everyone. Mainly just working with Lobby Corps to do some in-district lobby meetings with federal representatives. And Bruins has a democracy workshop next week, I believe. So please check that out. And everything else will be on my ops report tomorrow.
Thanks, Katie.
Hi everyone, how are you guys doing today? So this week my office is putting on a joint event with It's on Us, which is a college-wide or national college campus focused organization that focuses on sexual assault awareness, and we'll be doing an event tomorrow. So come find us and come if you know anyone. We're gonna have like cloth for denim day. And you can write any sentiment, and we're gonna be like posting them on a clothesline. So that's gonna be going on this week. Other things my office has been up to is we've been in contact with USAC Dining to discuss why the meal vouchers have been cut in half. We're still going through some of the responses that we've received to see what we as students can do to kind of fight against this cut. And the rest of the stuff will be on my ops report for this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I also, yes, I have a couple updates. I'm very excited. My office has been very busy. So mainly some couples. So tomorrow, my office is hosting its second Latinx caucus. So Latinx students and allies interested in discussing the issues impacting the community are welcome. So that will be Kirkhoff 417. Please let me know if you all are interested in attending, just so that you know if you all want to enter the space. I have also attended a variety of meetings relating to the HSI projects, such as the town hall. So that planning is going along. It'll be taking place in the Ackerman Grand Ballroom, so I encourage you all to attend. And other orgs are collaborating on it, but most exciting out of all, I had the opportunity to tour the Future Latinx Student Center on Thursday on the Hill. And it's definitely it's a small space, but I'm very excited with the vision that our students have for it, as well as, you know, I think it's really important to see that it finally has a physical space. And I thank you all for supporting the resolution. Well, yeah, supporting the resolution that helped provide that additional pressure to actually get that center. And yeah, So in terms of Bruin resources, so we're going to be helping out with AAC Spring Resource Fair tomorrow. So we'll be providing drinks, some refreshments for the students, and we will also be talking about some of the programming my office has done. So I'm very excited for that. We are also having an event next Monday, which is very exciting. We're going to be discussing internship opportunities for students, and we're doing it in collaboration with IVP. Thank you so much, Maggie. And we'll be having snacks and food and refreshments, so it'll be a very chill and nice setting. It will be Monday. It'll be on my updates. I have to get the information from my director. But that's what's upcoming so far, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks. Sujana?
Hi, yes. Oh wait, sorry, one sec. Hi, yes. So most of my reports will be written by tomorrow, but I did want to say that the resource fair and We're Not Really Strangers is going to be happening tomorrow in Bruin Plaza from 10 to 2. It would be great for you all to stop by and maybe repost the Instagram post as well if you wouldn't mind doing that. But CSC, IVP, and Gen Rep 3 will be there, along with ASUCLA Presents and a couple other great guests. So it would be Lucy's service frat is going to be there, Alpha Phi Omega. So very cool, different things. And I think We're Not Really Strangers will be really cool too. So very excited for that. Also, ongoing, we have our Books for Bruins and grad prep rental program that, we have plenty left to, I think, well, a bit left to allocate for Books for Bruins and plenty of books left. So, would appreciate help publicizing that as well to get that to as many students as possible. And then I wanted to share that the incomplete notation proposal was approved, and incomplete notations will now no longer be on any student's transcript after that grade is resolved. We were the only UC that still had permanent incomplete notations on our transcripts, and this has been like 3 years in the making. So I'm really happy to have been able to really just build on the work of previous commissioners and Senate representatives and really make sure that that proposal was approved. So I'm just so pleased with that, and also want to thank Graduate Council for their help with that. Also launched a survey that went out to all faculty, including Naomi, who got it as a learning assistant. Shout out Naomi. But that sorry, but that it went out to all faculty about their views on textbook affordability, and just collecting some of that info for our efforts as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Jane?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Yeah, CSE has also been pretty busy. We are organizing our big event at the end of the quarter, Service Impact Summit. I speak on it every week, but we are looking for service organizations to come present workshops or at our showcase. And basically, this event is to kind of celebrate all the amazing change makers at UCLA, and for students to learn from one another and become better service leaders. So if you know any organization that is involved in advocacy, service, or communities focused research, do encourage them to apply. By participating, they have a chance to win $200 for each of the categories that I just mentioned. And it's going to be at Luskin, so it's going to be very nice and vibey. Yeah, and then we also have our applications for our Robert S. Michael Scholarship Award. This is for continuing students, so graduating students are not eligible, but you get $1,000 distributed through financial aid and $250 for an organization of your choice. So if you also know anyone who has been involved in community service, please encourage them to apply. We have our internship team reaching out to the team behind Bruin Day for Transfers. We're hoping to table. Today, our SCBN director worked with organizations in the Student Coalition for Basic Needs. They put on a great event, sharing about different resources related to basic needs. Had a good turnout. And on Sunday, our advocacy team also organized the Equity in Mind Conference in collaboration with Diverse SMUC, talking about intersectionality in mental health. Tomorrow, happy to be supporting AAC for the spring resource fair. And yeah, finally, we're also doing one-to-one meetings with service organizations that are not part of CSC to share more about resources available to service groups in general. Yeah.
Thank you. Alicia.
Hello. So right now, I've been working on getting EOLs done for upcoming events such as Cumbia Night, which had to be rescheduled. We are working on that, me, Chris, and then ACC thereafter. We're also securing an EOL for our yearly event that Crack Concerts does called For the Girl. Still need to secure a date, but the team is working on artists and student vendors for that. I'm also completing classroom requests for some other events that we're doing. Concert is also hosting a workshop week for music industry and creative development for students on campus. So we need to get some classrooms for that. We're getting those. I'm meeting with the founder of No Other Agency, an independent agency in LA this Friday to talk to her about like how she started and how it's like to be a Latina in the industry and creating that. So I'm very excited for that. Hopefully we're hosting her for the workshop week as well. We are also figuring out ELLs for the HHC flea market on the 1520 fleet. That will be happening on the 8th of May. And then I'm working with my art series team to also get confirmed reservations for the art galleries that we're doing. We're doing one to honor PAC and PAC's history at the end of May. And then we're doing one in June in collaboration with a student whose family has a long legacy of photography, especially that in the civil rights movement. So we're very excited for that collaboration as well. Right now we finished the diagram for Jazz Ribbon Fest. We're finishing our budgets. I'm working with ACCLA on discussing our budget and like working on any pending invoices that we have with ACCLA as well. And also tomorrow we have Word on Wednesday in the art gallery. It'll be a poetry workshop because April is National Poetry Week. Poetry Month, National Poetry Month. And we will have free poetry books there. And it will be a really, really fun. We also have a typewriter that we have in the office. It's been there for a long time, so you can also make your own money. We also, other than that, our World Fest week went really well. We had a DCC last Sunday, that was wonderful. And I just secured the bus for the Little Ethiopia DCT tour that we're doing May 19th, Sunday, with East African Student Association. It's very exciting. Other than that, Carnival, the layout that we discussed with the event office, we're just waiting for approval from the fire marshal. I hope we have today to discuss other events. And yeah, Carnival lineup will be out either Thursday or Friday, or maybe tomorrow if the graphic is done in time. But yeah, you want to look out for that. Carnival will have free food, it'll have food vendors, and amazing performances from solo artists. Thank you.
Thanks. Hello.
Hello. Just wanted to highlight a few things. I do have everything in my written report. On May 19th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is scroll of space at the UCLA booth at Eco Street Fair. So if anyone has any interest in like volunteering for that opportunity, it's gonna be really fun. It's great food, activities, opportunities, things to learn about like local government, nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. I've got a link in my officer report. In terms of what I've been up to this past week, there's been a lot of things on the access side. So a couple times last week, met with the STC for All Coalition and Working Group and some folks from GCR to talk about the merits of some different alternatives and for STC for All. We also had our Mobilizing for Mobility event in coordination with UCLA Institute of Transportation Studies and Move LA last Thursday. Went super well. We had folks from Bruin Public Health Group, UAW representatives, and a lot of other groups. It was really good, like collaborative space. And we talked a lot about like how to reduce labor in advocacy. We've also reserved the Poly Pavilion Club space for some days of finals week to host another study nights for this year. Thank you, Lori. In terms of sustainable things, we're moving along in our planning for sustainable move out in coordination with a lot of other folks and departments on campus. Signage and maps and graphics, things like that will be distributed soon. Also was at USAC's monthly meeting with ABC Nickelback on Monday, and we talked a lot about time, place, and manner policies and potential changes there. So if anyone's interested in hearing more about our conversation, definitely reach out to me. But I left the bare bones on my officer report, so check it out. Thank you.
Amazing. And then we'll go to SWC.
All right. So first for commissioner updates from Jenna, she's currently working on getting surplus to the correct entities while wrapping up giveaway things from our Bruin Health Week last week. And then, yeah, super exciting. So for general SWC updates, yeah, we had a very successful Bruin Health Week last week. Thank you everyone who came out to any of our events. Very exciting. And for things moving forward, we are beginning recruitment for new SWC committee directors. All of those for next year. Active Minds is having a collaboration with the LGBTQ Center on campus tomorrow night, showing a movie as well as providing resources from the center, safe sex supplies, also a giveaway. And our Bruin Necessities Committee supported the Student Coalition for Basic Needs Fair today, which was super successful. Our Bruin Consent Coalition Committee is collaborating with CARE on campus tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Dixon Court. And then Search is conducting a survey on imposter syndrome currently. And then our Planned Parenthood Committee is having an event with Planned Parenthood LA sex educator, which is going to happen May 10th in Ackerman, which is exciting. And then our Total Wellness Committee is planning their foodie fair. That is going to be in later May in Wilson Plaza.
Thank you. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I thought you were answering the same possible. Okay. Sorry, learning assistant program jokes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move it to Megan H.
Alrighty, hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. So as for my office, we filmed a collaboration video with Charlie, aka Good Morning UCLA. The video has around 23,000 views, which is super exciting. We are planning a transfer appreciation week for week 7, which if you watch the video, it goes through what that means, just transfer panels, workshops, a resource fair, and so forth. Also, Gabby and I released applications for grad packages yesterday around 7 p.m. Right now we have, I just checked 180 applications. So there's definitely a need, which is like, so I'm so happy that we're able to get funding for that. So thank you all. I met with Sarah Moe earlier today to discuss logistics for Staff Appreciation Night, as the TSC is going to help with planning. Some of my directors are in Sacramento right now for Transfer Lobby Day. I hope they're having a safe time out there. And yeah, that's my updates for today.
Thank you. Okay, moving forward, we have Adam.
Hey, everything is on my documents, but we do have a DEPCA event going on right now. If anyone wants to pass by, it's outside the Green Plaza.
You. Okay, now we'll go to administrative representatives. We can start with Orlando.
Hello, everyone. Just a basic reminder to for those of you and those that are watching, listening. You go into other registered groups right now. You should be transitioning out. Just a reminder, friendly reminder that I've been giving a special presentation for a lot of groups recently. So let me just give you all a quick reminder what needs to happen. Okay, don't forget, elections must be adhered to based on your own constitution and bylaws, the ones that are uploaded to my UCLA. After elections, make sure to update signatories. Signatories are how we get information out. A lot of times that doesn't happen and groups fail to re-register in the fall because they're not getting updated information. Update internal info, make sure you pass along, update your information on website, social media, My UCLA, and also pass along that information, login and passwords to the new members. If you have a transition memo, make sure to pass that also to student leaders. If there's not a transition memo, I definitely would encourage you to do kind of a position training. A lot of the student groups, a lot of the student leadership really started off from like 0.0, and in the past, there was always this kind of passing of the baton, former leaders with the information to the new leaders. There's sort of been a break in that, so just try to remember to give your groups the best chance possible next school year. And the most important part, introduce your student leaders to your sole advisor, the ones that do approve it all, and including the re-registration. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Lori. Oh, my bad, Jessica. I can't read. Lori.
Oh, I thought Jessica was going.
Nope, that's you.
All good. The only thing I have is May 7th is your first Bruin Plaza date. Well, probably your guys' only Bruin Plaza date to recruit for BOD. I have gotten tables, chairs. I've secured giant Jenga, giant chess, Connect 4, cornhole. I'll put a sign up link in Slack tomorrow, and Elia is also going to come out and help recruit for BOD on the 7th. That's it.
Thank you. Jessica.
Just a quick, friendly reminder for, office space in Kirkhoff. Just because we've had a number of incidents come up recently of folks being outside on the roof. All outdoor spaces, external to your offices is essentially the roof. So no student should be out there for safety reasons, but definitely shouldn't be storing items out there. Should not be going out there to have meetings. It's fine to open windows and doors to let air in, but please do not go out there for safety concerns. Additionally, I wanted to give a quick reminder that our Art in the Union program is open currently to accept entries through this Sunday, the 28th. So if anybody's interested in submitting a piece of art to that program, it's an annual program. There is a monetary prize associated if your artwork is selected, and the winning entries get featured on different wall spaces within Ackerman and Kirkhoff and even other outlying areas that ASUCLA manages. So it's a really cool opportunity, even if you're not, focusing on art for your education. If it just happens to be a hobby, or, you do it for your enjoyment, you could share that with the rest of the student body and potentially win some money and get your art featured. So excited to have that open and receiving entries. And then we have a number of awesome programs as well coming up this week. We have a Wellness Wednesday tomorrow up in Louval for bracelet making. We have a movie coming up with CEC in partnership. That's 13 going on 30. So lots of stuff going on in the union if you all are interested in attending. Thanks.
Thank you. Jonathan.
Hi. Yeah.
Which was bad.
Your rec deadline for all winter recs is Friday.
I thought it was Monday.
Friday, it is indeed week 4. This year is almost over. Sorry. Yeah, so Friday, get your recs in, please. Your elections board is still missing a social media director. So you any assistance in recruiting for that, I'm sure Milan would appreciate. And just speaking of appointments generally, please do engage with Lori at the table. You all know how hard it was to get good appointments all throughout the year and get them all done quick. So we're hoping that by you all giving a push, that the incoming folks can maybe have it a little bit easier. USAC will be sending you all their allocations sometime this week before the next meeting.
Please do review those before next meeting. They are on a relatively tight schedule with the end of your terms, and their timeline required process. So you all will have to vote on that next Tuesday. So please come prepared with questions and ready to vote. Lastly, just to offer myself, as you all only have, I think it's three meetings left. Yeah. But you know, there's still things to do in those 3 to 4-ish weeks. So,
Amen. Say it again.
yeah, right. Please feel free to Slack me, use my Calendly if you have it, shoot me an email, whatever. Would love to just check in or recap your year or help you get some last minute things done here before we close out. And speaking of closing out, please also be on the lookout this week for a form from Jack, our student staff, asking for your transition documents. Yay, yay. I know. And you get to hear me talk about this one for the next 3 weeks.
On no cord?
And this no cord, if you do not turn your transition document, you do not get a USAC cord and get your last stipend cut.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, please turn in your transition documents and accounts and all those things. Even if you're returning, we still need that year by year stuff. And if you have questions, you let us know.
All right. Thank you. Oh, you also didn't say hey, hi, hello, but that's okay. We forgive and forget. Moving to our old business, we have a resolution from Kiva.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. So really excited to present this resolution. I'm gonna pass it over to David and the attendees. If you could promote him, just so he could present on it, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Naomi, would you be able to promote him for his new perspective?
Yeah, give me a sec. I did it.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right, hey everyone. My name is David. I'm the head of staff for external vice president's office. I wrote this resolution, and essentially, to kind of give you all a background, several years ago, there's workers in this knitting factory called Hong Seng, who manufacture garments on behalf for Nike. But because of the pandemic, they were put on a mandatory voluntary leave, and so there's a loophole in Thailand's labor laws where essentially they if you're put on leave, then you have to be given wages. But because of the way that they were put on in like a voluntary leave, these workers were not given those wages, and so this is a huge instance of wage theft, totaling over $800,000. Partially of which UCLA benefits from through our contracts with Nike. I think as student leaders, and as UCLA, with its relationship with Nike, we have a responsibility to address some of these concerns. Currently, UCLA does have a Nike contract with both UCLA Athletics and also ASUCLA. You might get confusing messaging from management and administrators that it's only UCLA Athletics, but that's not correct. Both UCLA Athletics and ASUCLA have agreements with Nike where they're able to contract them for garments and sell them both at the UCLA store and also through the athletics program and yeah. So essentially, what this resolution is doing is requesting Chancellor Block to do what he's done before historically. About a decade ago, we had a similar instance with Adidas where UCLA had a contract with Adidas, and students were able to advocate to Chancellor Block to have him write a letter to Adidas to fix an instance of wage theft. And through that letter, we were able to pressure Adidas to actually then pay those workers. And so we're in a similar circumstance and we have a similar opportunity to address something very real for workers abroad, to something that we benefit from. So, yeah, very kindly asking for your support for this resolution in support of garment workers internationally. And hopefully we can do something that we've done in the past and get Chancellor Block to write a similar letter to Nike to pressure them to pay the workers at Hong Seng. And also to get ACCLA CEO Poria Abasi to do something similar for their agreement with Nike on ACCLA's behalf. But I'll pause there in case anyone has any questions.
No questions? Oh, Eva?
I motion to approve the resolution calling on Chancellor Jean Block to demand Nike pay the Hong Seng workers.
Second.
Eva motions, Alicia seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. All abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 10 to 0 vote, that is approved. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay, moving forward, we have new business. We have Alicia.
So, we worked, me, Jonathan, and worked, to do the resolution to support the for housing and public zone, and to write to their speech, that she earned, and it all next to. So, because we added it, the agenda tonight, we would love a month. Is it, let me try another mic.
Off the other mics.
Hello? Does it, can you hear me better, Lori? Okay, yay. So if it's cool, we could read it out so that everyone can know what's on the resolution. It's pretty short. So is that okay?
Read the resolution? Yeah, no worries about that.
We'll read it together. Whereas on April 5th, 2024, President Roosevelt was named valedictorian by USC President Carol Folt.
Whereas on April 15th, 2024, Andrew T. Musman of the University of Southern California, that was a mistake there, provost published the change to the 2024 commencement ceremony where she was scheduled to deliver her rightful and earned speech. Quote unquote, we have decided that our student valedictorian will not deliver a speech at commencement. While this is disappointing, tradition must give way to safe. And
whereas Tabassum, a first generation South Asian American Muslim, would have delivered her speech at the graduation ceremony on May 10, and the University of Southern California is deliberately committing unjust exercise of authority and silencing her accomplishment and her voice. And
whereas the university is more than capable, should, and must ensure a safe environment for graduation rather than taking the unprecedented step of canceling a valedictorian speech. CARE LA Executive Director Sam Ailush said, quote, the dishonest and defamatory attacks on Asma are nothing more than thinly veiled manifestations of Islamophobia and anti-Palestinian racism, which have been weaponized against college students across the country who speak up for human rights and for Palestinian humanity. And
whereas the university administration's decision to revoke Asma and Tabassum's right to speak as her graduating class's valedictorian is an abominable act of extreme discrimination and bigotry that goes against the university stance on diversity and discrimination, stating that diversity, equity, and inclusion is, quote, about disrupting bias, being culturally competent, appreciating intersectionality, encouraging allyship, and enabling the organizational structure, culture, and process to evolve, end quote. And quote unquote, USC's policy of prohibited discrimination, harassment, and retaliation incorporates a university-wide approach to preventing and responding to discrimination and harassment on the basis of protected characteristics, retaliation, and specific forms of harassment based on sex, sexual assault, dating violence, domestic violence, stalking, and related forms of conduct, end quote. And
whereas the Daily Trojan outlined how USC was able to protect Ben Shapiro in 2018, and they could protect Asta Tabasum if they cared about her and respected her right to the privileges of being the valedictorian. Additionally, USC was able to protect the 44th president and former first lady at their daughter's graduation last year, and the university ensured to protect Barack Obama's family with more than a dozen US Secret Service agents in between them. Recently, they had a large amount of security and barricades to protect our artist Travis Scott during his visit to campus, and
Whereas the targeted defamation attacks on Asna and all the deception from administration that she has experienced are material realizations and act of Islamophobia and anti-Palestinian discrimination, both which have been weaponized against college students at UCLA, Columbia, and thousands more across the country who speak up for human rights and for Palestinian humanity.
And whereas on April 18, 2024, thousands of students marched in support of Asna Tabasum on USC's campus, calling on USC's administration to let Asna speak.
therefore let it be resolved that the Undergraduate Student Association Council stand in solidarity with Asna Tabasum and all Muslim, Palestinian, and anti-Zionist community and organizations, with our Palestinian students whose families and community are being severely impacted by the crimes of apartheid and persecution perpetuated by the Zionist donors and leaders of USC.
Let it further be resolved that the USAC calls on university administration, ACCLA, the academic senate, academic departments, and individual professors to support Aslan Tabasum and her right to give her speech as valedictorian.
Let it be further be resolved that the USAC calls on our own university faculty and administration to take a public stance in solidarity with the Palestinian and Muslim communities and students donating to causes that provide aid for the Palestinian community and publicly denounce what is happening to Asna Tabasum and the violence, apartheid, ethnic cleansing, and settler colonialism that the Palestinian people are currently facing.
Let it finally be resolved that the USAC demands that UCLA and its system-wide administration become involved in the justice campaign for Asna Tabasum and the justice for all students whose rights are being repressed by academic institutions.
Thank you for taking the time to read that resolution. Any questions from council members?
I'd like to preface as well, just saying, look, yes, I know, it's not our jurisdiction. It's, but at the end of the day, we are student leaders and we are supposed to be the voice for our student body. And in this case, there's been a very large amount of students present here at UCLA who are also demanding this. At the end of the day, we are leaders not just in UCLA, we're leaders in Los Angeles. And as this is happening right in our own backyard, right in our same city, this is important to take a stance on and to publicly denounce this occurrences, because at the end of the day, this does have to do a lot more for us than you might assume at the beginning, but ultimately we're students as well. We have to stand in solidarity with students who are facing, shortages of freedom of speech and the ability to express themselves, as well as standing for what they believe is right. And I think it's fundamentally important that ourselves, as representatives of the UCLA student body, we ensure that we denounce this, take a stance on this, and ensure that we are supporting our fellow students, regardless of whether they be here at UCLA, regardless whether they be in USC, whether they be in Columbia, or whether they be in Palestine. That's how we're doing.
Thank you. Alicia?
I also want to add that hopefully this resolution gives momentum to the campaign that is now named Let Asna Speak. I want to make sure that she knows that she has support from our campus, knows that she has support from student leaders at UCLA, because we're all connected. And our struggle is the same. What happens to them there happens to us here too. So I want to make sure that she knows that she has the support from other campuses. And hopefully that we win to get her speech back.
Thank you. Sujana, I saw you had a hand earlier. Was in a comment?
No, sorry. That was
Okay. No, I.
Just wanted to say I appreciate that y'all took the time to use like the Daily Trojans article about how USC was able to protect other speakers and the direct quotes from USC's policies. So
All right. If no other further questions or comments, feel free to motion. Jonathan.
I'd like to motion to vote for the resolution, to take a vote on the resolution titled A Resolution in Support of USC Valedictorian Asna Tabasum and her right to freedom of speech.
Have a second?
Second.
All right, Jonathan motions, Adam seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. All abstain, please raise your hands. With a 10-0 vote, that is approved. Thank you. All right. This meeting is now adjourned at 7:53 PM. Thank you.
Wow.
In the hour. Great job. Good team.
That's still you.
Live off love. No problem.
Fine.
Where?
You're gonna go to Alphonse.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
We're gonna just. Let me.
The event's been happening, if anyone wants to go outside and support.
Don wants that.
Yeah.
Like it's wrong with them now.